Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome.
Well, here we go. We're back here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Aaron Worm with you, Isaac Worm on the camera. Blaine taking on the hometown Dundas Dukes. Dundas batting first, and the first pitch over for a strike, and we are underway. Pitching Davis Bryan, the righty for the Blaine Fusion. They're in the purple uniforms. Dundas in the hometown orange uniforms. The visiting team on the scoreboard. 0-1 pitches outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. Garrett Mayhofer, Patrick Wadzinski, and Nate Van Rokel, the first three. The face here ready from Blaine here in Class B baseball. That's hit a chopper over the short, picked up by the shortstop. Across the diamond, it's a 6-3 putout. And there's quickly one down here in the first. Nice play by the shortstop, Gottschalk. That's Mikey Gottschalk. And there's one down. And you have to win this game to get to the Final Four, get to a double elimination. Rochester is there, Meesville is there. Champlain Park, the Low Gators, they were leading Moorhead by a bunch, but game's been rained out in Meesville for the day. So baseball is done in Meesville. We're supposed to have two more after that game. It's not going to happen. The first pitch over for a strike to Patrick Wadzinski, the catcher. Where's number 20? Oh, 1 pitch coming here from Bryan. That's a strike. It's 0-2. So Bryan throwing nothing but strikes. Dundas 26-13 on the season. The Blaine Fusion 32-4. Neither team got to the Final Four last year, but somebody will this season. 0-2 pitch. That's up high for a ball. It's 1-2. Both teams winning last weekend to get to the round of 8. But it's not double elim until you get to round of 4, or the Final Four in Class B. 1-2 pitch. That's hit hard. Third baseman scoops it up. Across the diamond. 5-3 put up. Nice play by the third baseman. That's Homray. And there's two down quickly here in the first. So that'll bring up Nate Van Rokel. The first baseman wears number 19. And we'll try to pull up some stats. So we're able to. Van Rokel, 311 is his batting average. He's played in 34 games. He started all 34 games. Slugging percentage of .477. Has 41 hits, 32 runs scored. That one's hit hard to center. Center fielder on the run. He's not going to get to it. That's got a gamper written all over it. And hustling in the second is going to be Van Rokel. But they stand up two-out double. Absolutely hammered that ball. And we're going to hear a lot of cheering. Of course, we're in the ballpark of the Dundas Duke, the hometown Dukes. So the cleanup hitter, John Bishop, the right fielder, steps in. John Bishop, we'll tell you about him. He's batting .391. He's played in 34 games, started out 34. 50 hits and 128 at-bats, 36 runs scored, 6 homers, 40 RBIs. Leads the Dukes in both those categories, home runs and ribbies. So Dundas trying to jump on Blaine early. Runner on second with 2 outs. The pitch, a big swing and a miss by Bishop. It's 0-1. Catching Travis Canoria, the catcher for the Blaine Fusion. Chris Olson over at first. Marcus Rewer, he's at second. As the 0-1 pitch is coming, checks the runner at second. And the 0-1 pitch just missed on the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1. Mikey Gottschalk, he's at short. Hamre is at third base. 1-1 pitch outside. Bergsten's in left. Rewer in center. And Druck, he is out there in right for the Fusion. So Brian, after getting the first 2 outs, a double. With 2 outs, a 2-1 pitch. That's hit hard in the right field. He's going to hang up. He's going to drop for a base hit. We'll keep an eye. And they're going to send him around. Here comes the throw to the plate, and he's going to be safe. The throw's going to skip away from the catcher. If they would have had a good throw, they were going to get Van Rocco without a problem at the plate. So a base hit by John Bishop. The right fielder, Druck, came in. He took it off a hop. It was caught by the first baseman, Olsen. And his throw goes by the catcher, so an RBI base hit. There's got to be an error on that throw, moving Bishop up to second on the air. So a little 2-out offense for the Dundas Dukes. And it's 1-0 Dundas. And the first 2 guys grounded out, but a double and a base hit. And the Dukes in their home field, they strike first. So Carson Jones, a center fielder. Jones, number 5 hitter. Where's number 17? First pitch to Jones outside for a ball. So Davis Bryant was close to getting through a quick inning here in the top of the first. But again, Van Rocco and Bishop with back-to-back hits. And now Jones with a chance to add on another with a runner on second and 2 outs. Bryant looks back to second. And the 1-0 pitch. That's down low for a ball. And it's 2-0. When it comes to a Carson Jones batting .293, 34 hits, 116 at-bats, 25 runs scored. He has 1 home run and 21 RBIs. So a 2-0 pitch coming. Peek back to second. 2-0 pitch. That's fouled straight back, and it's 2-1. Cal Hernser is on deck. Then Hayden Lanou, Mike Ludwig, and Tyler Jones, the rest of the Dundas lineup. So a 2-1 pitch coming here from Davis Bryant. Trying to limit the damage here in the top of the first against the Dukes. Checks the runner, 2-1 pitch. That's hit the opposite way and hooking foul. That's 2-2. Again, we have one more game scheduled for tonight. And I assume if the weather allows it, we'll have Delano taking on Wilmer for our final game. And depending on the speed of this game, I guess we're probably looking at a possible 9:30 start. As long as the weather holds on, I do think there's still rain in the forecast for tonight. Again, Meesville has been rained out for the day. So a 2-2 pitch coming from Bryant. They finished 1 game. That's up high for a ball. It's 3-2. I don't believe the Champlin Park and Moorhead game was finished. They're scheduled to have 2 more games over there. What's that? Just 1 game. Okay, they did not have 2 games, just 1 game over there. Okay. So the Waconia game, that got rained away. 3-2, grounder left side, shortstop, plays off the hop across the diamond, scooped up by the first baseman. Nice play. Gottschalk over to Olsen, and the inning is over. But Dundas does strike first. 1 run off of 2 hits. They did not give an error, even though it should have been an error on that runner moving up. But we'll say no error. 1 runner left on base and no errors. Half inning complete here in Dundas. The hometown Dukes on top of the Blaine Fusion. 1-0. You're watching coverage of the Class B State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field scaling back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Get ready for the bottom of the first here in Dundas. '31st appearance at state for the Dundas Dukes. Of course, a long history of baseball here in Dundas. State champions in 1980, 1982, 1988. Champions in 1999. Is that their last championship? No, take that back. 2015, last time they were champions. They were runners-up back in 2019. Blaine Fusion, 11th visit to state. They have finished third on 2 occasions. So they have not played in the championship game as the Fusion. So the shortstop, number 23, is going to lead things off against the pitcher. First pitch outside from Kyle Hernser. We'll pull up some numbers on Hernser when we get a second here. 1-0 pitch to Gottschalk. And it's 1-1. Let's first talk about Gottschalk. He is batting .304, on base percentage of .443. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So a 1-2 pitch coming to Gottschalk. Played baseball at Minnesota State. He is from Blaine. Leadoff hitter. Here for the Fusion, 1-2 pitch. Followed that one straight back, and it's still 1-2. On deck is Marcus Rewer and Chris Olson in the hole for the Fusion here in the first inning. Again, Blaine 32-4. 26-13, the Dundas Dukes. 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. It's in the dirt. He's going to try to scramble down the first base. Going to be a 2-3 put out. So Gottschalk strikes out for out number 1. And Hernser picks up the first strikeout. When it comes to Hernser, Farmington, no college baseball. Got your finding Hernser's fastball around 90 miles per hour. Change up between 80 and 82. That one is skied left side. Left fielder taking a look, not able to get to it. It's 0-1 to Marcus Rewer, the second baseman. So when it comes to Marcus Rewer, Marcus, 44 hits in 110 at-bats, 28 runs scored, 2 home runs and 21 RBIs for Marcus Rewer. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 0-1 pitch, showing bunt, pulls back. It's up high, and it's 1-1. Rewer, high school Bertha Hewitt, college team Minnesota Duluth. So a 1-1 pitch coming. That's fouled right back at us at the netting. And it's 1-2. Again, Bertha, Minnesota. He is 33 years old, Marcus Rewer. So 1-2 pitch coming here from Hernser. And the pitch down low. Good stop by the catcher. Catcher, that's Patrick Wadzinski for Dundas. Evens the count at 2 apiece. So a 2-2 pitch coming from Hernser here in the bottom of the first. Inside for a ball. And it's 3-2. So a 3-2 pitch coming. Now again, action in Miesville canceled for the day, but it sounds like they can move one of those games over to Miesville tomorrow. That one's fallen right there at home plate. The last game of the day, they'll probably find a way to continue Champlin Park. Okay, so Hernser just graduated. The pitcher for Dundas is going to Upper Iowa University. Thank you, Isaac. So that one is popped into left field. Third baseman going back. That's a no man's land, and he can't handle it. That's going to drop probably for a base hit. Sticking his glove out there was Ludwig. Mike Ludwig could not come down with it. And we'll see if they give Rewer a base hit. That's a tough play. It's going to be a base hit for Rewer. So a runner on. Again, Champlin Park and Moorhead will probably finish up their game. And then Waconia scheduled to take on Fergus Falls. Again, we'll let you know for sure on times, but that game could end up in Meesville as a later game tomorrow too. So Chris Olsen steps in for Blaine. Pitch to Olsen's up high for a ball. And it's 1-0. Chris Olsen this season batting .430. That's his average. Say 3 home runs, 31 RBIs for Olsen. Checks the runner at first in the pitch. That one's hit hard. That's going to be at least a base hit in the right field. Making the turn is Rewer around second. He's going to hustle to third. And Blaine's got runners on the corners with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first as Chris Olsen hits that one hard. Olsen, 26 years old, from Duluth, Minnesota. His college was St. Scholastica. So Pat Rewer, the center fielder, cleanup hitter, steps in for Blaine, looking to tie things up. It's 1-0 Dundas. As the lights are turned on here in Dundas, but a chance for Blaine to tie things up. So Pat Rewer, .331 average, 40 hits and 121 at-bats. First pitch is outside for a ball. 7 home runs and 29 RBIs. It's from Bertha, Minnesota. College says North Dakota. So 1-0 pitch to Rewer. Herser trying to work out of a jam here in the bottom of the first. That's up high for a ball. It's 2-0. If Dundas wins, they will play back here tomorrow afternoon. If Dundas does not win, there will be a C game here at 1:30 tomorrow. 2-0 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. In our last game of the night, at some point, we're going to have a Delano C game against the Wilmer Rails. So a 2-1 pitch coming to Rewer, with Marcus Rewer on third, Olsen on first. And Herser gets ready for the 2-1 offer. That's way outside. It's 3-1. So putting some pressure on the righty for the Dundas Dukes. Find some pitching stats. 3-1 pitch. Yeah, he went, and it's 3-2. So Herser looking for a big strikeout. Yeah, a lot of stats here for Dundas, just trying to find the pitching stats. So a 3-2 pitch coming. Dukes looking for a big strikeout. Rewer trying to tie things up with runners on first and third and 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Quick throw back and sliding in safely is Chris Olsen. Blaine was not here last year at the state tournament. But this year I know they have the inklings of winning the whole thing, and their record shows it. Quick throw back once again. I don't think Dundas. Yeah, Dundas was not here at the state tournament last year either. It doesn't happen too often to the Dukes. Again, 31st trip to state. So a 3-2 pitch coming with runners on the corners. That is, he's stealing, but it's ball 4. So the bases are loaded. For Joram Hamre, the third baseman. So Hamre with a chance to put his team on top with a base hit. So Joram Hamre, .392 average, .427 on base percentage, .520 slugging. Hit a big spot here early. Bases loaded for Blaine. That's outside for a ball. So after Gottschalk struck out, Herser got the first strikeout. A base hit by Marcus Rewer. A base hit by Chris Olsen, and a walk to Pat Rewer. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. That's 1-1. First baseman is playing up for Dundas. That's Van Rokel. Guys up the middle looking for the double play. So a 1-1 pitch coming. Oh, I think he went. Umpire's going to appeal. I'm going to say he went to the home or to the base umpire, and it's 1-2. So Herser looking for a big strikeout. Again, another nice crowd here for this Class B game. A lot of orange in the stands, orange shirts, orange hats. Cheering on the hometown Dundas Dukes. So a 1-2 pitch coming. Again, Herser looking for a big strikeout. Down low, good stop by the catcher. Able to keep it in front of him, that's Watzinski. Second baseman Matheson, he is not batting, that's Todd Matheson. At short is Mayhofer. At third base is Ludwig around the horn for Dundas. 2-2 pitch coming. Again, Herser taking his time. And that's hit, and that got eyes a base hit. That's going to score at least a run. They're going to wave another one around. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off, and it's 2-1 Fusion. So Homry comes up with a big base hit the opposite way. Rewer scores, Olsen scores, and it's 2-1 with 2 ribbies, and Blaine is on top. For Zach Eder, the DH, a number 6 hitter. So that's 3 hits and a walk after the first batter struck out. So Zach Eder, .420 batting average, on base percentage of .500. Eder's got 1 home run, 13 RBIs. And Blaine looking for more here in the bottom of the first. First pitch is strike, it's 0-1. So Pat Rewer went to third base. But once again, Dundas is playing for the double play up the middle. Again, Herser slowing things down here in the stretch. That's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And he's looking for a big strikeout. So an 0-2 pitch coming. Now we still have rain in the forecast, not till later tonight. I think this game's going to be just fine. The last game, we'll have to see. There's a ground ball, third base side. Third baseman coming home to throw the plate. He's going to be safe. He's going to slide in underneath the tag as Ludwig bounced the throw to the catcher Watzinski. So Rewer's going to score to make it a 3-1 game. That'll be a fielder's choice on the hit by Eder. If the throw was good, they would have got him, but it was bounced there by Ludwig. It's now 3-1 Fusion. And Thomas Drunk, the right fielder, number 7 hitter, comes up. Drunk, a .321 hitter. 27 hits, 84 at-bats, 18 runs scored. Drunk has 14 RBIs. He's going to follow that one back to the screen. Well, Dundas looking for an out. 3-1 game. That's 5 base runners in a row to reach for the Blaine Fusion. Excuse me. So an 0-1 pitch coming from Herser. Peeks back to second. Pitch. That's a little chopper, tough play. Third baseman charging Ludwig. He's barehanded to first. He got him. That's a beautiful play by Ludwig. Over to Van Rokel on a 5-3 put out to get Drunk for out number 2. Homre goes to third. Eder goes to second. So Travis Canoria steps in. Give you some numbers on Canoria. .270 hitter. He's got 6 RBIs, 17 hits, and 63 at-bats for, again, Canoria. Well, 2 more runners in scoring position out there for Blaine here with 2 outs. That's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1 to the catcher, with Braden Bexton waiting on deck. 0-1 pitch coming again to Canoria. 3 already in for the Fusion. We're only in the bottom of the first. With runners on second and third. 0-1 pitch. That one skied to center. Center fielder Jones is creeping in. Now he's fine. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. So it could have been worse for Herser and the Dundas Dukes. For the Fusion, they get 3 runs off of 3 hits. 2 runners left on base and no errors. Inning complete here in Class B at Dundas Memorial Field. The hometown Dukes trail Blaine 3-1 You're watching coverage of the Class B state tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Top of the second, Blaine and Dundas here in Class B baseball. And there's going to be a new champion in Class B this year. Chanhassen, the 4-time defending champions. Lost last week in the Coon Rapids. The champion before Chanhassen, Miesville won it a couple of times. But these two teams obviously have aspirations to win a state title. And Blaine's off to a good start, up 3-1. First pitch swinging, skied right side by Kyle Herser, the pitcher. That's a no man's land. Second baseman can't come up with it, and Herser's going to hustle in the second base. Second baseman, that was Rewer, and Rewer could not come up with it. That's always a tough play when you're running from the infield trying to make the catch. And he ends up all the way on third base. We're going to see if they give him a hit. I got a feeling they probably are. You would think with your hometown scorekeeper, they'd give him a hit. They're still talking about it as a hit. So he's on third, and that'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Hayden Lanou, the left fielder. Which is low for a ball. So Lanou on the season, he's played in 35 games, 43 hits, 137 at bats, 30 runs scored, batting 3. Take the back, batting. Let me find that number. I'll find it in a second. That one is skied. If it's fair, it's gone. Is going to be a home run. It stayed fair. It's a home run. There wasn't much excitement because I think the crowd thought it was going foul, but the home plate umpire, that's our good friend Mike Stika behind home plate. And it's a home run, a 2-run homer. And we got ourselves a tie ball game here in Dundas. Blaine's going to talk about it for a second. Again, it was so high up in the air, you kind of had to watch it really close to see where it crossed by the foul pole. And the manager of Blaine hustling off. I'm not sure if he agrees with the call. Again, it was a towering fly ball, and again, the pole only goes up so far. But it's a 2-run home run. I thought it was drifting foul right off the bat. That's why I didn't get too excited, but it turns into a home run. We're tied at 3, and that one's hit deep over the left fielder's head. Gonna bounce to the wall. That is Mike Ludwig, the third baseman. He'll scampering for a double. And the Dundas Dukes on fire here in the top of the second. Left fielder Bankson, he just turned her on and started running. So some well-hit balls, already 5 hits by the Dukes. And Tyler Jones, the DH, will step in. So Tyler Jones, the DH, batting for Todd Matheson, who's playing second. So the Dukes have tied things up at 3 apiece. Here in the second. First pitch down low for a ball. Top of the order, Garrett Mayhofer waits on deck. Tyler Jones from Farmington. College, it says here, St. Olaf. 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. It's 1-1.
No, I saw it moved over there.
So a 1-1 pitch coming. We got ourselves a brand new ball game. If you like offense, we're off and running here in this one. In the top of the second. 3-3 game early. 1-1 pitch. That's a strike. It's 1-2. Get a 2-run home run by Hayden Lanou at Witt Fair, State Fair. Then he a double by Ludwig. He sits out there at second. So a 1-2 pitch coming. That's down low. Good stop by the catcher. Canoria knocks that one down. So Davis Bryant off to a slow start, the righty for Blaine. Again, 5 hits out of the first 8 guys that have stepped up against Bryant. 2-2 pitch coming. That's it the opposite way. First baseman gloves it down, looks the guy back. Now race to the bag. He's going to step on it. Nice job by Chris Olson. That's smart thinking. He looked back Ludwig, and then Olson goes to the bag to get Jones for out number 2. Take that back. Out number 1. That's only the first out in the inning. And a big first out for Blaine. So Garrett Mayhofer, the shortstop, grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Checks the runner. Fouled, and it's 0-1. Garrett Mayhofer, Farmington High School. See if he is still. Oh, 1 pitch. That's outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Again, both teams not getting to state last year. Winner of this game will advance to the Final Four, which continues tomorrow here in Class B. Rochester is there. Meesville already there. 1-1 pitch coming. That's foul straight back. It's 1-2. So the winner of this game will get Meesville tomorrow at 1:30 is what the old schedule says. Going some cancellations today. Dundas beat Egan in their first round game. Blaine beat Sobieski, the Skis, champions from Class C last year, had to move up to Class B. So 1-2 pitch coming from Bryant. The runner on second and 1 out. Did he go? Check swing. An appeal. Base umpire says no, it's 2-2. So if Dundas would win this game, Meesville would come here tomorrow afternoon. Now, Blaine wins this game, they'll have to make the trip over to Meesville. It's a quick meeting at the mound. Catcher Canoria going to talk to his pitcher, to Bryant. And a Jeopardy music playing here. Against the Neighborhood Sports Network, I want to remind you for a low monthly payment, you can get all the action of town ball the rest of the way, high school and college sports, and a very low yearly payment here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Welcome to the neighborhood. So a 2-2 pitch. Coming to the top of the order guy here in Mayhofer. That's hit hard. It's a base hit. Runner had a hold for a second, Ludwig, and he's going to jog into third base. He had to make sure he got over the shortstop, Gottschalk's hand, or arm, I should say. His glove will be more specific. So a base hit. And runners on the corners, the 4th hit of the inning for Dundas. And Patrick Wodzinski. Wodzinski's 0 for 1, grounded out to the third baseman back in the first. That's already hit number 6 with 1 out here in the second. Again, Dundas absolutely ripping the ball. So Wodzinski steps in with runners on the corners. We'll see if they send the runner at first base. First pitch down low for a ball. Wodzinski from Hastings High School, St. Olaf College. Looks like about a half dozen guys have St. Olaf listed as their college. 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. It's 1-1. So a triple to start the inning. Then that 2-run homer hit by Lanoux. A double, and out, and a base hit. And runners on the corners. 1-1 pitch, quick throw back, sliding in safely at first base is Myhofer. Got to mention in between games, we enjoyed the tacos. Chicken tacos out here in Dundas, very good. Isaac's a nacho guy, had those earlier. Said they were excellent. 1-1 pitch, just missed on the outside corner, it's 2-1. Bryan looking for a double play. Wadzinski trying to keep things going for Dundas. 2 hits in the first inning, 4 so far already here in the second. With just 1 out. 2-1 pitch, that's popped up left side and foul. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Yeah, last time I looked at the radar, looks like rain could be moving in, maybe 9 o'clock, a little bit later. I like this game finishing, but we're off to a slow pace. Very slow start with a lot of offense. 2-2 pitch coming from Bryan. And the pitch, that's up high for a ball. It's 3-2. With Matt Van Rocco waiting on deck. Van Rocco had a double his first time up. And the breeze, the wind blowing from left to right. So anything blowing out to right field. Could get a little help from Mother Nature. 3-2 pitch coming. Popped up foul. Catcher takes a look, and it's going to be out of play, and he ends up on the netting. Almost like Spider-Man jumping up on the on the backstop and ends up in the netting. Good hustle there by the catcher, Canoria. Travis Canoria going all out. Just ran out of real estate. So do the 3-2 pitch once again to Wadzinski. As the winds continue to pick up, that's usually a sign of rain out there somewhere. Over in Faribault, the Buckman Billy Goats in Class C, they lead Laverne 4-0. Laverne had the bye. Goats on top, 4-zip. 3-2 pitch, that's a base hit in the right field, and Dundas is on top, 4-3. Wadzinski with the base hit. That scores Ludwig. RBI, 3 runs so far for the Dukes here in the second. And they've taken the lead once again, 4-3 Dukes for Nate Van Rocco. And that's the 5th hit of the inning against Bryan. Van Rocco had a double, scoring an RBI base hit by Bishop last inning. Van Rocco from New Ulm College, Winona State University. Peeks back to second. Down low for a ball. A lot of pitches thrown here in inning number 2. Working down the left field line, and as soon as I say that, looks like somebody for Blaine is headed towards the bullpen. Bryan taking his time, trying to be careful. 1-0 pitch, that's up high. Almost got him, ducking out of the way is Van Rocco, and it's 2-0. And a very good crowd once again here. It's been a great crowd all day. Can we get off to a late start? About an hour and 40-minute rain delay. First game was supposed to start at 11:30. We started the first game at, I think, 1:11 this afternoon. We're in game 3, hopefully 4. 2-0 pitch. Down low for a ball. Good block. It's 3-0. And whoever's warming up for a Blaine, I would not be surprised if they go to reliever here pretty quick. And the manager for Blaine is coming out. Can I let you know who the manager of Blaine is? I apologize. The signature in the lineup card. I can't read it. Manager for Dundas, his signature, he's got a stick figure smiley face next to his signature on the card. So a mound meeting. It's the Neighborhood Sports Network. Aaron and Isaac Worm with you. Quick conversation, a 3-0 pitch. Not any easy outs in either lineup. John Bishop had a base hit, waits on deck. He's hoping to go up there at the bases full of Dukes. Dundas, of course, a team batting in the orange, the purple, and the Blaine Fusion. So a 3-0 pitch coming to Van Rocco. 2 guys on, still just 1 out. Batter number 7 up there for the inning. It's over for a strike. It's 3-1. Again, wherever you're tuning in on this Saturday night, thank you so much for checking out Class B baseball on the Neighborhood Sports Network. 3-1 pitch from Bryant. Taking his time. That's down low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. That's the first free pass that he has given out. And the cleanup hitter, John Bishop, steps in. John Bishop leads the team with a .391 average, 6 home runs, 40 RBIs, slugging percentage of .641. If you're the Dukes, this is the guy you want up with the bases loaded. Bishop, it says Rosemont High School. Bishop in a big spot, 4-3 game, bases juiced. He's the 8th hitter to come up here in the second. And that one is hit deep. If it's fair, it's gone. That one is a foul ball. That one was foul. Absolutely hammered that one. Tried to send that one to downtown Dundas. Trying to send it to Millersburg. So an 0-1 pitch coming to Bishop. Again, Brian has struggled. I won't be surprised if this is his last guy. Again, you lose, you're done. You win, you get into the final 4 in the double elimination. 0-1 pitch. That's down low for a ball. It's 1-1. Mayhofer on third. Wadzinski on second. Rocco on first. 8th batter to come to the plate. Again, just 1 out here in the top of the second. That's outside for a ball. It's 2-1. Carson Jones, the center fielder, waits on deck. Kyle Herser, the pitcher, trying to help his own cause. He's in the hole. Dundas 26-13. Blaine 32-4. 2-1 pitch coming. That's hit right to shortstop. It could be 2. Race to the bag and get him back there safely as Wadzinski. Shortstop Gottschalk made the catch on the liner for out number 2. It was a race. That was almost a double play. Hard hit ball by Bishop, but an atom ball. And there's 2 down here in the second. And Carson Jones, 0 for 1, grounded to the shortstop back in the first. Well, here's a huge at bat early. If Brian can keep it a 4-3 game. There was 1 out. Jones with a chance. First pitch swinging, hit out to right on the run and settling underneath it. The right fielder Druck, he'll make the catch and the inning is over. It could have been worse for the Fusion. But a 3-spot put up by Dundas. 3 runs off of 5 hits. No errors. 3 runners left on base. Well, it's a final in Faribault. 4-0. The Billy Goats beat Laverne. So Buckman is moving on. Here it's a 4-3 game. We head to the bottom of the second. Class B baseball on the Neighborhood Sports Network. In that final over in Faribault, Buckman 4, Laverne nothing. So Buckman will take on the winner of Waconia and Fergus Falls. They were scheduled to play tonight over in Meesville. That game got moved because Dundas won last week, so they kept Dundas here in their home ballpark. But that game rained out. Baseball for the day canceled in Meesville. We assume Waconia and Fergus Falls will play sometime coming up tomorrow. So it's a 4-3 game. Herser back out there. First pitch, it hit him in the foot. No. Say it's a foul ball. It's 0-1. Braden Binkson, the left fielder, number 9 hitter, to lead things off here for the Blaine Fusion. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Bingston on the season batting .302. On base percentage of .375. He does have 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. That's hit hard, but right to the shortstop, Mayhofer. Across the diamond, first baseman comes down. Did he tag him? He got him. Good release by Van Rocco coming off the bag. It's a 6-3 put off for out number 1. Get back to the top of the order. Mike Gottschalk, who struck out back in the first. Again, Gottschalk. He just turned 22, so he might still be at Minnesota State of Mankato. He's from Blaine. He struck out back in the first. That skied foul, out of play. The Dukes with 1 in the top of the first. Fusion with 3 in the bottom half. At a 3 spot by Dundas in the top of the second, setting 9 batters to the plate. That's where he sit. 4-3 Dukes. As the winds continue to pick up. Sky gets a little darker. 0-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Bring up a radar for you. So an 0-2 pitch. Herser looking for his second strikeout. That's down low for a ball. It's 1-2. There's a big lob of rain down by Mankato. We'll put it in motion. If it's coming our way, we're going to be in trouble. 1-2 pitch coming from Herser. That's it. That's going to be a base hit. Right back up the middle. So Gottschalk is now 1 for 2. The tying run is on for Blaine here in the bottom of the second for Marcus Rewer. Rewer had a base hit and a run scored back in the first. Again, it's a huge sell west of Mankato, down towards Fairmont and out towards Jackson and Windham and southwest Minnesota. Put the radar in motion. And everything seems to be moving at the northeast, and if it stays this direction, it's coming our way. First pitch to the ball. Quick throw back to first. Now looking at the radar, it does look like it loses some strength as it gets closer to us. Putting the radar in motion. Quick throw back to first, sliding in safely. It's through Mankato about 8:10. And then maybe some light rain in Dundas around 8:35, 8:40. 1-0 pitch is up high for a ball. It's 2-0. So it does look like it does lose a little bit of its strength as the sun sets. That's the good news, but we will see some light rain. Looks like anywhere from 8:30 to 8:45 this evening. 2-0 pitch. Down low for a ball. It's 3-0. So a 3-0 pitch to Rewer. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Both pitchers have struggled against a couple of very high-powered offenses. 3-0 pitch. Strike, it's 3-1. Chad Olson at a base hit, waits on deck. The 3-1 pitch coming. And the runner was halfway stealing, kind of a delayed steal, but it's ball 4 as Gottschalk heads into a second base. Ball 4, so runners on first and second. In a conversation, a catcher, Wadzinski, comes out there to talk to his pitcher. So Chris Olson, the first baseman. Chris Olson is 1 for 1, a base hit and a run scored. Olson, 26 years of age, from Duluth. Went to school at St. Scholastica. So the tying run is on second. Go-ahead run is on first for Blaine. Get early in the bottom of the second. Slow-moving start to this Class B game. Count strike at 2-1. Again, our good friend Mike Stika, president of the DRS Baseball League. He's behind home plate. Notice that's Mike. 0-1 pitch coming from Herser. Inside for a ball, it's 1-1. He's doing one heck of a job like all the umpires. It's not an easy job to count balls and strikes. And we thank them for being out here. Without umpires, we cannot play any baseball. 1-1 pitch. Runners going from second. Throw down the third. He got a great jump. Nice job by Gottschalk. Stole that one off the pitcher. So runners on the corners with 1 out. Tying run now 90 feet away, and a 2-1 pitch coming to Olson. Again, Delano and Wilmer scheduled to be after this game. Which the pace of this game right now, 9:30 looks like the earliest, and that's if the weather cooperates. 2-1 pitch, quick throw back to first, sliding in safely. To the 2-1 pitch once again. Avon and St. Martin, they're getting ready for the last game over in Faribault tonight. Faribault might get all 4 games in without Mother Nature interfering. 2-1 pitch, that's hit, that's a base hit, and we got a tie game. Rounding second, that is Rewer, he's gonna get the third. So runners back in the corners once again. Olson with an RBI base hit, and we are tied at 4 here in Dundas. Good piece of hit in the first baseman. Van Rocco jumped up, just couldn't come down with it. And a chance for Blaine to regain the lead as Pat Rewer, center fielder, he got hit by a pitch, take that back, walked back in the first, and later scored. Rewer, Bertha, Minnesota, College, North Dakota. Outside for a ball, it's 1-0. So both offenses have combined already for 12 hits, 8 runs. We're only in the bottom of the second. 1-0 pitch coming to Rewer. That is crushed, and that one is out of here. There, it's a no-doubter. I called it wrong. It's off the glove of the left fielder. I got a little excited. It's going to score maybe 2. Here comes a throw at the plate. We're going to have a play at the plate. No, sliding in safely. Going to turn into a triple. Well, I thought there was a no-doubter, but it's kind of deep to left center, 370. So Rewer gets a triple. Off the bat, I thought that one was for sure out of here. Left fielder went back, could not come down with it. So we're going to give him a triple. That scores 2 runs. I got excited. I thought that one was definitely out of here, but Rewer scores, Olson scores. And just like that, it's a 6-4 game played on top. Joram Hamre, first pitch down low, and I assume that the Dukes must have their bullpen going. They do. First guy grounded out, then a base hit, a walk, a base hit, and a triple. 1-0 pitch. That one is hit foul. It's 1-1. Again, it's 365 to center here in Dundas. They have that wall to make it harder. The deepest part of the park is out there to left center, and that's where Rewer hit it. Again, I can't believe it didn't go further. 1-1 pitch. That's fouled right side, 1-2. In my defense, the wind is blowing in from left field. So there's no doubt the wind knocked that one down. My cameraman is laughing at me. I'm making excuses. So 1-2 pitch coming here to Homry. Runner on third, still just one out here in the bottom of the second. That's down low for a ball, even as it counted 2-2. 10 runs, 13 hits total. They're in the bottom of the second. Want to update the score for me? 6-4, Blaine on top. 2-2 pitch coming from Herser. Grounder, third baseman picks up, spins, he's coming home to throw the plate. He is going to be out. Nice spin by Ludwig. He throws a strike to Wadzinski. Wadzinski gets the tag. They cut down Rear at the plate on a 5-2 putout for out number 2. It's a fielder's choice. That's a pretty acrobatic play by Ludwig. Did a complete spin through a strike, and Rewer was meat at the plate. So Zach entered the DH. Number 6 hitter hit into a fielder's choice in the first. 3 in the first, 3 in the second so far for Blaine. Again, we have action in the bullpen for Dundas. I thought there was action in the top of the second in the Blaine dugout, or Blaine bullpen, I should say. That's a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, the winds continue to pick up. Now it's kind of blowing straight in from left field. Blowing in from the south. So anything going out to right field might get a little push from the wind. Anything going to left is going to be knocked down. 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Yeah, Meesville has been rained out for the day. Their Class B game was already in progress. Not sure where that game was at. We'll see if we can get an update. And a Class C game scheduled to be after has been postponed. 1-1 pitch, down low for a ball. It's 2-1. Again, one more game to go in Faribault, and I think they might be able to get that one in. We'll cross our fingers and hope we can get our late game in between Delano and Wilmer.
Well, usually it locks in at 100 all the way to 35.
8-1, thank you. So Chaplin Park was up 8-1 in the fourth. Bombed the fourth against Moorhead when they suspended that game. 2-1 pitches outside for a ball. It's 3-1. Seventh batter here in the inning for Blaine, with Homry on first. 3-1 pitch coming from Herser. Grounder. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. Shortstop Mayhofer could not get to it, so Homry goes up to second. Eder with the base hit. And the hits just keep on coming. And still no indication from the bullpen. So they're going to let Herser continue to go. Thomas Druck grounded out to the third baseman back in the first. Druck, the eighth batter to come to the plate. Here in the second, that's hit hard to center, but right at the center fielder Jones. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. But the Fusion take the lead back. 3 runs off of 4 hits. 2 runners left on base and no Dundas errors. 2 complete here in Class B baseball. 14 hits combined through 2 innings. It's a 6-4 game as they head to the third. You're watching coverage of the Class B state tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
We into the top of the third, 6-4. Blaine on top of Dundas. Aaron and Isaac Worm with you from beautiful Memorial Field here in Dundas, Minnesota. So Bryan is back out there. As Dundas batted around last inning. So Kyle Herser, who had a triple and scored a run, he led off that second inning, trying to help his own cause. So a 1-0 pitch coming. Nice curveball, it's 1-1. We'll see if either pitcher can get into any kind of groove because they both have been roughed up. Davis Bryant for Blaine and Kyle Herser for Dundas. 1-1 pitch. Grounder foul. It's 1-2. A day that the weatherman said was going to be hot and muggy. It's been very comfortable. Overcast skies, not a lot of sunshine. It was cold during the rain delay this morning. But it turned out to be a beautiful evening, at least right now. 1-2 pitch, hit hard, but right at the shortstop. Gottschalk across the diamond. They get him just by a step, a 6-3 putout. And there's one down. And we should mention, Bryan's now recorded 3 outs in a row. So Hayden Lanou, left fielder, hit a 2-run homer. It was high in the sky. It was tough to tell from this angle. It was fair. Home plate umpire said it was. And that 2-run homer tied things up at 3 apiece. Last inning. So 1 pitch coming to Lanou from Bryan. Outside for a ball, it's 1-1. Fans enjoying cold beverages, of course. Tacos and nachos here in Dundas. All part of the 99th annual state tournament. Fouled it straight back, it's 1-2. 99 years of amateur baseball. A uniquely Minnesota tradition. 1-2 pitch. That's up and in. It's 2-2. Again, both pitchers are taking their time. No one's got into any kind of quick rhythm. They hop on the mound and taking as much time as possible.
And they should have pulled him out.
2-2 pitch. Hit foul. Third base coach had to get out of the way. Make sure that one didn't hit him. It's 3-2. Or 2-2, excuse me. 2-2 pitch. That's outside for a ball. It's 3-2. Now going into the state tournament when it comes to Class B rankings, Miesville ranked number 1. They're still around. Rochester ranked number 2. Rose are around. Chanhassen at number 3. Cold Spring at 4. Young America at 5. Those 3 teams no longer playing. Blaine at 6. 3-2 pitch. Count, strike 3. And that's out number 2. And I think Lanou knew it. And that's the first strikeout by Bryan. That's going to bring up Mike Ludwig. Chaska of the Cubs at 7. Champlin Park at 8. Moorhead at 9. And Sobieski at 10. And Champlin Park, their game suspended. They had a big lead over Moorhead, so it looks like they're going to get into the Final Four. That's going to be a quick inning. Grounder over to second. Picking it up there is Matheson. It's a 4-3 putout. And after 9 guys came to the plate for Dundas in the top of the second, it's a 1-2-3 inning. We into the bottom of the third from Memorial Field in Dundas. It's the on the scoreboard. Blaine 6, Dundas 4. You're listening to coverage of the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network. So a new pitcher, Cal Hernser, pitches 2 innings for Dundas. I think they said he went to a shortstop. He did. And then moving over for shortstop to second base was Myhofer. And Todd Matheson, who was playing second. He comes out of the game, so it's somebody. Tyler Jones, the DH, he might have to be in the field now. So a new pitcher. And Ryan Bell, already from Northfield. And Hernser giving up 6 runs off of 7 hits in 2 innings of work. He struck out 1. All 6 runs were earned. He hit 1 guy and he walked 1 guy. So Travis Canore, first guy to face Ryan Bell, the catcher. Canore, 0 for 1, he flew out to the center fielder. His first time up. Here in the bottom of the third, 6-4. Aaron and Isaac Worm with you on the Neighborhood Sports Network. First pitch from Bell. That's a strike, it's 0-1. Dundas last week, they beat Egan 4-3 to advance. Todd Matheson got the victory for Dundas in that matchup last week. So with a different pitcher today, Matheson had a complete game. 3 runs off of 6 hits in that victory. 0-1 pitches inside. And it's 1-1. Blaine Fusion. Tell you about their victory last week against Sobieski in a moment. 1-1 pitch, count strike, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch. That's up high for a ball, and it's 2-2. Yeah, Blaine beat Sobieski 5-1. Ronnie Donnelly got the victory in that game for Blaine last week. 5 runs off of 10 hits. They already got 7 as there's a strikeout. 2-2 pitch from Ryan Bell, first guy he faces. And he strikes out Canoria. And there's 1 down here in the third for Braden Bingston. Bingston 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop back in the second. So maybe we'll see some pitchers get in the groove here. And Dundas went 3 up, 3 down the top half of the third. First guy retired here in the bottom half, and a big swing by Bingston. It's 0-1. Bingston, 20 years old, from Wayzata. One pitch coming from Bell. 1 out, nobody on. That's a strike. It's 1-2. Class B again starts with 16 teams. Well, 3 of the final 4 punched after this game as that pitch is up high for a ball. It's 2-2. So Avon and St. Martin, that game getting set. They're introducing the starting lineups over in Faribault. 2-2 pitch, count, strike 3 on the inside corner. So Ryan Bell comes in, strikes out back-to-back guys, and quickly 2 down. And Michael Gottschalk struck out in the first, had a base hit and a run scored in the second. Steps in for Blaine. Here we have both teams going 3 up, 3 down here in the third. After they combined for 14 hits in the first 2 innings. So Gottschalk steps in against Bell. And catcher can't handle that one. Not sure if I got a piece of the ump. It's 0-1. Again, plenty of action coming up in Class C and Class B coming up tomorrow. Minnesota Baseball Association, your best resource. Find out the latest when it comes to times. 1-0 pitch, count for a strike, and it's 1-1. Like we mentioned earlier, if Dundas wins, They'll play at home against Miesville tomorrow afternoon here. If Blaine wins, they'll go to Miesville. 1-1 pitch. Count strike, it's 1-2. Ryan Bell, young righty, trying to strike out the side and put up a big 0 for his team. 1-2 offering with nobody on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That's it the opposite way. It's going to land for a base hit right in front of the left fielder, Lanu. So a 2-out base hit. Second hit of the game for Gottschalk. And Marcus Rewer will step in. He had a base hit back in the first. Walked in the second. He scored 2 runs. Again, his third at bat already here in only the third inning. First pitch coming to Rewer. That's popped up foul left side, hitting towards the concession stand. And the scramble is on. We got about 4, 5 kids. Make it 6. Again, foul balls are worth $1 here at the ballpark. And the race is on. So an 0-1 pitch coming to Rewer. 2 outs, runner on first. Here in the bottom half of the third. Blaine, the home team. Dundas, the visiting Dukes, the road team. And the 0-1 pitch sliding back in safely. Again, all 4 teams of this section 1 opening weekend. Pitches high, throw on the second, and they're going to get him. A swipe take, no, he's safe. It was a quick take by the shortstop, Herser. And they're going to say he's safe. It wasn't Herser. I take that back. It was the second baseman out there, Myhofer. He tried a real quick sweep. I don't know if he missed the tag or went over the top of him, but it's going to be a stolen base. A lot of moans and groans from the Dundas-filled crowd. So runner in scoring position now, and a 1-1 pitch coming to Rewer. Bell peeks back to second. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled straight back. It's 1-2. Yeah, Noka beat Cold Spring 5-3. Blaine beat Sobieski 5-1. Coon Rapids upset Chanhassen 3-2. And Champlin Park, the Low Gators beat Chaska 7-2. So all 4 teams from the same section made up the final 8 here in Class B. Anoka got beat. They're done. Coon Rapids, they lost, so they're also done. Champlin Park is up 8-0 against Moorhead in the 4th. That game was suspended because of rain in Miesville. And there must be rain moving in because fans in the stands are looking for shelter. 2-2 pitch coming here to Rewer. Was hoping for maybe the 8 o'clock hour, but just watching the fans, it might be coming quicker. Umbrellas start to pop up down the first baseline. 2-2 pitch down low for a ball. It's 3-2. If you look at the lights, yeah, very light rain. Nothing that they can't play through, but some very light rain here in Dundas. So a 3-2 pitch coming, runner on second, 2 outs. And time is called by the home plate umpire, Mike Stika.
Hey, you can pull out that thing again, but I'm not asking to pull out that phone.
So pretty impressive for this section. So again, get 4 teams to the final 8. Trying to advance 2 of them. 3-2 pitch, down low, ball 4. So after striking out the first 2 guys this inning, Ryan Bell gives out a base hit to Gottschalk. Rewer walks for the second time. He's reached out 3 times. And Chris Olson, the first baseman. Olson's 2 for 2. 2 runs scored. And an RBI back in the second. So an update, the Moorhead versus Champlin Park Class B game is going to resume at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm assuming that's out in Miesville. That one is hit foul, left side. It's 0-1. And nothing on the Waconia Fergus Falls game as of yet. Or an update at the end of play on Saturday. So they're going to wait to see. They get the final game in Faribault tonight. If we get our final 2 games in, continuation of this one, And yes, we have one more on the docket. 0-1 pitch coming to Olsen. And that's in the dirt. It's 1-1. Again, Blaine, the number 1 seed coming out of this section. They beat Champlin Park 3-2. So Blaine, the number 1 seed. Champlin Park number 2, and Anoka was 3. Coon Rapids was the 4 seed. That beat that Chanhassen team. 1-1 pitch coming. Checks the runner at second. Outside for a ball. It's 2-1. Standings in the Metro Mini this year. Blaine won with a 12-2 record. Champlin Park at 10-4. Coon Rapids 9-5. Anoka 7-7. Forest Lake 7-7. Andover 5-9. St. Michael 5-9. And Centennial 1-13. So a 2-1 pitch coming here to Olsen. That's hit grounder. First baseman dives, comes up with it, race to the base. Bell is going to get there. He does. Nice play. Dive in there is Rocco. And Bell beats Olsen to the bag on a 3-1 to end the inning. So a couple of base runners with 2 outs do not come back to hurt Dundas. No runs off of 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, and no Dundas errors. The Fusion have left 6 runners on the base path through 3 innings. Brown's crew is out, I should say, as we head to the top of the 4th inning. 6-4 Fusion on top. You're watching coverage of the Class B state tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
So Davis Bryan, after struggling in the first 2 innings, got through the 3rd. He's back out to start inning number 4. He's retired now 4 in a row. Aaron and Isaac Worm. Isaac running the camera and making sure our score is up to date. On the computer, doing a great job. So Tyler Jones, number 9 hitter, 9-1-2, due up for the Dundas Dukes. Jones, Myhofer, and Wadzinski. Against Davis Bryant, who was giving up 7 hits. First pitch down low for a ball. And there was some light rain, and now it looks like things might have settled as the umbrellas have come down. They went up, about a dozen of them, in the bleachers on the first base side next to the Dundas Dukes dugout, but the umbrellas have gone away. So a 1-1 pitch coming to Jones. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to the first baseman back in the 2nd. Hit towards the second baseman, scooped up by Rewer. Over to first, 4-3 put out Rewer to Olsen. And now Bryan is kind of in a groove. He's retired 6 in a row. So back to the top of the order. Shortstop. Well, he was playing short. I think it's at second now. Garrett Myhofer. Grounded out to the shortstop back in the 1st. Had a base hit in the 2nd. That is 6 in a row retired now by Bryan. Just missed outside. It's 1-0. Dundas 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd. Blaine 3 spots in the 1st and 2nd. That's hit to center. The second baseman goes back, making the catch. Here's the second baseman Rewer for out number 2. Again, Bryan very shaky in the first 2, looking a lot better. As 7 in a row retired. And Patrick Wadzinski steps in. Wadzinski 1 for 2. Ground to the third baseman in the 1st, and RBI base hit in the 2nd. Yeah, the bases were loaded with 1 out in the 2nd. First pitch over for a strike. And Brian got 2 outs to strand those guys, and no one has reached base since. A notification rate expected about 10 after 8. Hit on the right side. Rewer is going to make all 3 plays. I think he is over to first, and the inning is over. Rewer diving to his left. He's involved in all 3 plays, and Dundas goes in order in the 4th. Beautiful dive to his left. And for Brian, he's retired 8 in a row. We head to the bottom of the 4th here in Dundas in Class B baseball. It remains Blaine 6, Dundas 4. You're watching amateur baseball coverage on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th, 4, 5, and 6 due up for Blaine. Isaac pointing out that he thought he saw maybe some lightning in the background out there in right field off to the west of us. Again, light rain is going to be moving in here shortly. Looks like the heavier stuff maybe around 8:30. So according to radar, first pitch down low to Rewer. Rewer is 1 for 1, got hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Had a double that scored 2 and a 3-run second that put Blaine back on top. 6-4, that's where he's sitting right now. Right back to Bell. Bell hustling over to first, underhand toss. And there's 1 down here in the 4th inning. So unless something changes drastically on the radar, we're not going to get through this one without a rain delay. So Jordan Homry's 1 for 2, had a base hit, scored a couple of runs back in the first, hit into a fielder's choice in the second. That's hit hard. Third baseman off a 1 hop. That's Ludwig across the diamond. Ludwig over to Van Rocco. And quickly 2 down. So the game has definitely speeded up. A lot of offense in the first 2 innings. Pitchers kind of owning the last 2. Zach Etter, who's 1 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice back in the first, had a base hit in the second. Again, Blaine with 32 wins in the season. Very impressive number, 32-4. They've never played for a state title. They have finished second, or take that back, third twice. Got a number 1 seed coming out of their section. They're trying to change that this year. First pitch from Bell's over for a strike. It's 0-1. Just missed inside. It's 1-1. And wind still pretty good out of left field. Again, wind's coming out of the south. Sun is set. Lights are on. So you can tell on your computer or on your phone. Beautiful night here in Dundas with the weather impending. 2-1 pitch to Enter. Couple of ground outs. Bell trying to make it a quick inning. He's retired 3 in a row. Came in relief last inning. And a 2-1 pitch. That's down low and inside. It's 3-1. Again, full coverage from Miesville, Dundas, and Faribault again tomorrow. on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's a swing and a miss. It's 3-2, a big swing. Again, Bell had 2 strikeouts when he came in relief last inning. Trying to make this a 1-2-3 inning. First time that Blaine would be retired. 1-2-3. Three-two pitch. That's hit. Second baseman going back. It's over his head. Not able to get to it. That was Myhofer. And oh, that's a long turn. Going to second. He's going to scamper back to first. He gets back in there. Ender had to put on the brakes real quick. He made a huge turn at first base and was able to get back. So a 2-out base hit. So Thomas Drunk, who's 0 for 2, ground out to the third baseman back in the first and flew out to center in the second. So Ender on first with 2 outs. Bell peeks over. That's down low for a ball. I know our good friends with Town Ball Tuesday. They're at the ballpark every Tuesday and then some. Saw Rhino earlier today. I know on Twitter they're keeping track of the best hair in the tournament. Little number foul. The best locks, the best flow. Zach Eder out there at first base. Could definitely put him in that conversation. It's an 0-1 pitch coming to Drunk with a runner on first and 2 outs. Bell peeks over to first. And the 1-1 pitch. Runner's going. Hit, and it's fouled on the third baseline. It's 1-2. So a hit and run put in play there by Blaine. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Fusion. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Dukes. And hats off to all 3 ballparks having to work through a weather, especially this weekend. Dundas, I think, got 3/4 of an inch before 8 o'clock this morning. 1-2 pitch, that's fouled. They got the field all cleaned up. Then the rain came again. We had a rain delay, an hour and 40 minutes. And somehow they put it back together real quick and the rain stopped. Took about 40 minutes and we were playing. 1-2 pitch. That is skied to left field, left center. Center fielder Jones comes over. Jones will make the catch and the inning is over. So a 2-out base hit is stranded at first. No runs off of 1 hit. 1 left on base and no errors. 4 complete. As Bell walks out the field, he has pitched 2 shutout innings in relief. It remains Blaine 6, Dundas 4. We're back in a moment. You're watching coverage of the Class B Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Again, we want to welcome you to the neighborhood.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Top of the 5th here in Dundas. Aaron and Isaac Warman, a good one here in Class B baseball. Hoping to get as much of this game in before the rain comes. 3, 4, and 5 due up for a Dundas. Nate Van Rokel, John Bishop, and Carson Jones. Brian is pitching well. He's retired 8 in a row. First pitch is a ball. It's 1-0. Get all the offense coming in the first 2 innings. We've had goose eggs the last 2 innings for both teams. Outside for a ball, it's 2-0. Again, we're in the 5th inning. 2-0 pitch outside for a ball. It's 3-0. Again, finals in Class C today. If you've missed anything, we'll run through them in just a moment. It's a 3-0 pitch coming to the leadoff guy, Van Rocco. That's over for a strike. Get all these games you've seen on the Neighborhood Sports Network. The first game we had today, New Ulm, the Brewers, picking up their 31st win. Curveball inside, ball 4, and the leadoff guy is on for the Dukes here in the 5th. They beat El Rosa 12-2 in 8 innings to move on. The same time over in Faribault, Nisswa came back to beat Raymond, a walk-off winner. So Nisswa Lightning beat Raymond 6-5. So Nisswa gets New Ulm in a round of 16 in Labor Day weekend. Our second game today saw the Jordan Brewers beating Ada. Final score of that one was 5-1. So Jordan gets Bluffton. Bluffton had probably the best game of the day, maybe the best game of the tournament so far. Hutchinson and Bluffton were tied at 1 heading into the 12th inning. Hutchinson scored 2 to make it 3-1. Bluffton would score 3 in the bottom of the 12th, a walk-off winner 4-3. So Bluffton gets Jordan in the next round. Skied foul left side. That's going to stay in play, but foul ground. It's 0-1 to John Bishop. Bishop is 1 for 2 at a base hit with an RBI. Lined out to the shortstop back in the 2nd. So again, Brian had retired 8 in a row before that leadoff walk here in the 5th. Some great organ music being played here at the ballpark. And the hometown Dukes with a home field advantage. One of the hosts of this year's state tournament. 0-1 pitch coming. Outside, it's 1-1. Carson Jones, number 5 hitter, waits on deck. Davis Bryan gave up 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Been looking good since. 1-1 pitch showing bunt. Gets the bunt down, and that's going to be foul. I think Bishop was peeking. Saw the third baseman Humry was playing way back behind the bag. Not too often do you see a number 4 hitter trying to lay down the bunt. But I like that strategy. Even if you're a power hitter, if they're giving you a bunt base hit, sometimes you got to try to take it. And that's what Bishop was doing. So a 1-2 pitch coming to Bishop from Bryant. The runner on first. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. 1-2 pitch. Just missed outside for a ball. It's 2-2. Again, currently no rain here at the ballpark. But according to radar, we do expect rain to make its way into the Dundas area here in the next 15-20 minutes. 2-2 pitch. That's down low for a ball. It's 3-2. So a 3-2 pitch coming to Bishop. Jones on deck. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a flyout. Saw some players from Delano in the building. So a 3-2 pitch coming here to Bishop with a runner on first and nobody out. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Blaine. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Dukes. And the 3-2 pitch popped up left side, chasing after it. So left fielder, shortstop both go towards it, and the shortstop calls him off. That's Gottschalk for out number 1. Left fielder came flying in. That was Bingston. And Gottschalk says, I got it for a big out number 1 if you're a fan of the Fusion. So Carson Jones is 0 for 2, steps in. Number 5 hitter, plays center field. And a big first out for Davis Bryant. Dundas, their 31st visit to the state tournament. That's a grounder, could be 2. Over to short for 1, relay back to first, rack him up, 4-6-3 double play. Rework to Gottschalk over to Olsen, and the inning is over. So leadoff walk is retired. on the double play. No runs off of no hits, no runners left on base, and no Blaine errors. We're halfway home here in this Class B, a quarterfinal matchup. You win, you get to the double elimination portion of the tournament, aka the Final Four. You lose, and your summer of baseball comes to an end. It remains 6-4. Blaine on top. You're watching Class B State Amateur Baseball coverage on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth here in Dundas, 6-4, Blaine on top. For the Fusion, 8-9-1 due up to face Bell. Again, Bell in 2 innings. He's given up just 1 hit, and he's walked 1. Take that back, 2 hits, and he's walked 1. That's hit the opposite way. Left fielder on the run, and Lando is not going to get to it. Pulling up at first and sliding. Now hustle back to first base, he will. I thought for a second the left fielder maybe had a chance in Lanu, and not able to get there. So it's a base hit by Canoria. Travis Canoria, leadoff base hit for the number 8 hitter. So number 9, Braden Bankston steps in. He's 0 for 2. Ground to the shortstop in the second, struck out looking back in the third. So the third hit given up by Bell in relief. Showing bunt and pulls back. Again, Kyle Herser. He went the first 2, gave up 6 runs all earned, 7 hits, struck out 1, and walked 1. See if Bankston shows bunt. Third baseman, Ludwig, is on the grass, and that time not showing bunt. A big swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So a 1-1 pitch coming. Top of the order, Michael Gottschalk waiting on deck. Entertaining Class B game. Quick throw back, signing in safely is Canoria. One pitch. Yeah, our good friend next to us, Nick Gerhardt, just said the scoring stopped when he came up to the press box. It's been a pitcher's duel. Lots of zeros in the last couple innings. 1-1 pitch. That's outside for a ball. It's 2-1. Kip Culver does a nice job covering team from the Crow River in the North Star League. He was over in Meesville waiting for the Waconia game. The Waconia game again got canceled. All the games in Meesville got rained out. 2-1 pitch. There's a bunt. It's a good one. Bell's going to pick it up. He'll throw over to first, gets the job done on the sacrifice bunt. So Bankston does his job, 1-3 put out. And Canoria moves up to second. So Kip is in town. He's hoping for a Delano game after this one against Wilmer. I was joking with Kip, even if there's not a game, it's worth the drive to Dundas to enjoy some chicken tacos. So Michael Gottschalk. Gottschalk is 2 for 3, struck out back in the first. Had a couple of base hits and a run scored in the second. Okay, no one has scored since the bottom of the second. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Bell peeks back to second. Strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. So right, the 4th time to the lineup for the Fusion here in the 5th inning. And you can hear the wind picking up just a little bit, and Can see some lightning in the sky. Nothing streaking out there beyond right field. Bunt down. It's a good one. Bell's got to pick it up, and he's going to get nobody. That's an infield base hit. Gottschalk showing his speed. He's got his third hit of the game. And Canoria moves up to third. As soon as Bell got to it, there was not a chance. Gottschalk just flying like the flash down that first baseline. So Marcus Rewer, who's 1 for 1, a base hit back in the first. He walked in the second, walked in the third. Has 2 runs scored. We have a quick conversation with his third base coach, and maybe the possibility of a squeeze coming in. And now the umbrellas are coming out once again. And now Mike Stika, the home plate umpire, is going to go over and maybe talking to the coach from Dundas. Yeah, here comes the rain. A little heavier than it was, and again, we are seeing some lightning off in the distance. Nothing when it comes to streak lightning, just flashes in the sky. So Rewer steps in with runners on the corners and 1 out. That's a strike, stolen base, no throw. Gottschalk moves up to second. There's going to text from my good friend Chris Adamson. Covers amateur baseball for the radio station on New Prague, giving us the heads up. A big storm is coming our way. Well, the beginning of it is here. 0-1 pitch coming. Infield is in. That's inside for a ball. It's 1-1 to Rewer. Canoria on third. Gottschalk on second. 1 out. Fusion up by 2, looking to add to their lead. Get light rain, picking up just a little bit. That's a grounder. First baseman is coming home, throw the plate. They got him, and he's out at home. Nice job by Van Rocco. Threw a strike to Wadzinski. And what's going on here? They're calling the players off? Yeah, because of lightning. And because Dundas is the host team, their players are running not to the dugout. They're running to go grab. They're running to go grab the tarp. Yeah, not too often do you see a team running the opposite way from their dugout, but in this case, they're running to get the tarps on. So you go from baseball players to groundskeepers really quick. So a delay here in Dundas is a 6-4 game. There'll be runners on first and third, and we continue with 2 outs here in the 5th. So we are under a rain delay, lightning again, and anytime you have lightning, I think that usually makes you push the game back at least a half hour. We'll keep you updated here on the Neighborhood Sports Network, but now it's starting to come down pretty good. Fans in the grandstands trying to make it as high as they can. About half the grandstand is covered by the roof, the other half is not. Everybody that was in the bleachers, they have found protection as the winds are picking up as well. It's blowing pretty good now from the south. Some heavy rain. We are in a rain delay. Rain delay here in Dundas. And it's a 6-4 game. We'll keep it right here, and we'll keep you up to date.